as you know, you've been referred to me from your doctor. Today I'm going to talk with you about the recent medical news you just heard and how you're getting along with it. For today, I would like to get to know more about you, and I'm going to try to understand you and anything that you may be experiencing. I may be asking you some questions today that may not seem like they're really relevant or important, but I assure you I ask them so I can do a thorough job for you. How's this all sounding so far?
Good.
Okay. Everything you say to me is completely confidential. I will not discuss anything that we talk about with anyone else. However, I would like to work with your medical team to make sure that you're receiving quality of care and that everything is being pursued correctly. Um, and also I may be talking with some of your significant family or others to ensure that you're just being taken care of properly. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. There are other exceptions to confidentiality agreement. For instance, if you tell me someone's being neglected or abused, I'll have to take steps to ensure safety. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions before we begin?
No.
All right, Lauren. So why don't you tell me about how you've been feeling lately?
I feel like I've been feeling fine. I feel good. I mean, my family is a little bit more upset than me because of the news that I found out recently that I have cancer, and I don't really feel any different. I kind of don't really think I need any treatment or I really need anything right now. I feel perfectly fine, so I'm not really sure why the doctors are telling me to go through all these different steps when I don't really feel like I need it.
Okay. So it's nice to hear that you don't have any symptoms of pain from the cancer. Are there times where you maybe don't feel as positive about the situation?
Sometimes I don't feel positive because I know that doctors are normally right, so I know that I definitely have cancer because they're normally not wrong when it comes to things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel very positive because I feel perfectly fine, so I don't know. I just like feel fine. I don't really think I have that big of a problem. I think it'll just go away, or in time I'll be able to get better because it's not really that big.
Okay. Have you been experiencing any treatment for the cancer?
No, I haven't.
No. Okay. And have your doctors explained treatment options to you?
No, not really. They didn't really explain anything to me about the process, or they didn't even really explain to me about the disease in general, so I don't really know what's going on and what I should be doing. Right now, I don't really feel like I need treatment, but I know my family wants me to get treatment immediately, but none of my doctors have really said anything about it, so I don't really know what's going on with that.
Sounds like the medical staff has really kept you in the dark with some of the medical information that might be essential.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit left in the dark, like I'm not really sure what's going on and what steps I should be taking, or if I should be taking any steps at all. Since they didn't say anything to me, I just thought that I was fine to not be doing anything or taking any medication, nothing, so I'm not really sure what to do.
Okay. So Lauren, of the time that you're awake in a day, and it might be nothing, what % of the time do you feel irritable?
I would say maybe like 20%.
20%, okay. And how many hours do you sleep at night in an average night?
7 hours.
7 hours a night, okay. Does it take you a long time to fall asleep?
Normally not, no.
No, okay. Lauren, how many meals do you eat on average in a day?
Usually like 2 to 3 meals.
2 to 3 meals. Have you gained or lost any weight in the last 6 weeks?
No, I haven't.
Before you said that you were struggling with some thoughts of an approaching death. Are there ever times where you feel really joyful instead of having those negative thoughts?
Yeah, I do feel joyful when I'm around my family and my husband, and they make me feel really happy, so most of the time when I'm with them, I feel fine, or if I like to just be around my family and friends and around the house. I like just doing things around the house, so that makes me happy too.
What percentage of the time would you say, and again it could be none, do you feel anxious?
I would say like 80% of the day. I'm usually anxious a lot.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about those anxious feelings?
Um, I don't think that they were really came on like when I found out about cancer, but I've always been like a little bit more on the anxious side, and I guess I just like always worrying about things, worrying if my children are okay, if my husband's okay, and all that. I'm always like worried about that.
Did you find that it was increased from your anxiousness, anxious feelings? Did you find that they've been increased since the cancer diagnosis?
I think a little bit, yeah, because I'm a little bit anxious about if I do have to stay in the hospital or for long periods of time, or if I have to get surgery, then I guess like things won't get done around the house, like the things that I normally do, because I normally do all the cleaning and the laundry and the dishes and taking care of the children, driving them places if they need to go. So I don't feel like that would really get done if I'm not there.
Lauren, what kind of things do you do, like outside of the house?
I volunteer part-time at a local hospital, and I help out with the children there. And I like to just be with children. I love children, so, but I don't have a job. I'm just usually like staying at home with my children and stay-at-home mom doing that type of stuff, and my husband has his job.
Sounds like you have a good family support system.
Yes, I do, definitely.
Laura, what percentage of the time would you say that you get angry? I think that would be something that's common among people that have just received major medical news.
I think I'm angry like 75% of the day. I'm usually really angry when I'm alone, and I'm alone for most of the day. I don't really like to show my family that I'm so angry, but when I'm home alone, I am very angry.
Okay. And how do you handle those angry feelings?
Sometimes I just try to like calm down and relax, but sometimes I'll have a glass of wine to help me relax a little bit.
Okay. Have you ever resorted to violence to help with those feelings?
No.
You said that sometimes you drink wine. How many times in a week would you say that you have alcohol?
Probably every day.
Every day. Okay. And do you drink heavily when do you drink more heavily when you're angry?
Yeah, I would say if I'm angry at a specific time, I'll have more, but if not, then I'll usually just have a little bit of like wine at dinner with my family. But if I am angry, I feel like I would drink more than that.
On a day that you may be angry, how many drinks would you say that you have?
Maybe like 3 to 4.
Okay. In the day?
Yeah.
So Lauren, when do you start drinking?
If I'm angry, I normally start drinking and as soon as I'm by myself, so as soon as my husband leaves and my kids go to work
Okay.
in the morning.
And you mentioned before that you drink wine. Is that the only thing you usually drink? Do you ever drink maybe other types of liquor or anything?
Not usually. Usually I just mainly drink wine.
Okay. Does drinking affect your relationship with your family?
A little bit. I think it does. Sometimes if I'm drinking when my husband comes home from work, he'll be upset with me and he won't talk to me for the rest of the day because he doesn't like that I drink throughout the day.
Okay. So it seems like you drink alcohol a lot when you're angry, upset. Do you find yourself using other types of coping mechanisms instead of drinking?
No, not really. I mean, sometimes I'll call my friends, but they all work and they have families of their own, so they can't really drop their day to come hang out with me if I'm not feeling well.
I see. Okay. So you're not really doing anything else to relieve that pain.
No.
What percentage of the time would you say that you feel impulsive? And it may not be any.
I feel like maybe like 10% of the time that I'm drinking, maybe
Okay.
I would feel a little bit like I feel maybe the urge to buy something online or just not take care of the things around the house and maybe just take the day off and do what I want to do, just relax and watch TV or watch a movie or something. So sometimes I feel like that, but not very often.
How often do you take time for yourself to sit at home and watch TV or a movie?
Not a lot. I mean, sometimes during the day I'll give myself a little bit of a break, but then there's always somewhere to go. There's always something to do, taking someone to the doctor, going to practices, games, or whatever, and just shopping, grocery shopping, going here, going there. So there's always something going on.
Have you ever had any feelings of wanting to hurt yourself?
No.
I want to switch topics here a little bit, and we may have touched on some of these areas, but I just want to go into further detail with them. Lauren, what role does faith or spirituality play in your life?
I think it plays a big role in my life. My family is Catholic, so I was brought up Catholic, and I raised my children Catholic. So we go to church every week, and I think it definitely plays a role in my life.
So what do you believe happens when you die?
I believe that you either go to heaven or hell depending on how you lived your life here on earth.
Have you told anyone about your illness?
Only my immediate family.
So how come?
I don't really want to be a burden to other people, and I don't want to put more stress on them than they already have. Right now I'm doing fine and I feel fine, so I don't really feel like I need to tell so many people and make them worry about me even more.
What do you say to them when you tell them about your situation, your immediate family?
I just told them that, like, when I got home from the doctor, I told my husband first, and I told him that the doctors told me that I had brain cancer and that they think that I have around 2 years to live without treatment. And he was really upset, and he kind of was distant to me for the next couple of days, and I kind of needed his support, but I don't think he understood where I was coming from because I know he was really upset. And then after we told our children together once we kind of made it work.
It must have been really hard for you to tell your husband and your children about what was going on. Do you believe what's going on with the cancer?
I do believe, yeah, but I just don't really believe it's as serious as other people are taking it and like making it seem. I don't really think it's as serious because I don't really have any symptoms and nothing really is happening to me. Nothing changed in my life, so I don't really think I should have to change my whole entire life because none of my physical abilities have changed or mental abilities or anything like that.
You said that your husband you confide in. Is there anyone else that you look towards to confide in?
My mom, I told her, so definitely my mom, she's like a big support system for me, but besides that, I didn't really tell anyone else, so that's really it.
How does your mom help you through this time?
She'll just she'll help me, she'll come over and maybe help me clean up the house or even just take the kids somewhere or do something, just little things like that to make me have less responsibilities.
You mentioned that when you told your husband about what had happened at the doctor's, you said he got very upset and kind of distanced himself from you a little for those few days. Are you worried about your family's emotional coping?
Yeah, I'm definitely worried about my family because I think that they're more upset than I am right now, and they feel like I'm gonna be this completely different person or maybe not even be here, and I'm more nervous for them than I am for myself because I don't want them to have to, go through losing me or see me sick or anything like that.
So Lauren, do you have any financial concerns for the future?
Not really. I mean, maybe some of the medical bills if I go through with any of the treatment because I'm not really sure what's going on right now with that. But my husband has a really good job, so I'm not really that concerned about any medical expenses, really.
Lauren, I want to commend you for opening up and discussing such a sensitive topic with me today. Part of what we did here today was to help me develop a plan to help you. From what we talked about today, I think it would be beneficial if I talked to your medical staff further it seems as though they've kind of left you in the dark on some of the information that is pertinent to what you're going through right now. So I'd like to talk to them about getting that information to you. How does that sound?
Good, yes.
Also, I believe it may be beneficial for us to work on some coping skills and management of maybe some of that anger that you've been dealing with. I think that might be beneficial for you. But do you have any questions?
No, not really.
Okay. Did you find that there was anything that maybe we didn't touch on that you think is important to discuss?
No.
So I'd like to thank you for coming in today, and I'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.